You know how it is, right? We're always chasing those little bursts of happiness, a great meal, a funny movie, a fun night out. But then it just kind of fades. So what if there's something more, something deeper, more lasting that we can actually build? Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to look past that fleeting pleasure and dive into what it really means to find joy.
And this quote really hits the nail on the head. Joy isn't just a passing feeling. It's so much more than that. It's a whole different way of being. And the best part? It's something we can actually work on, something we can build up and keep with us for the long haul.
Okay, so let's break this down because it's a really key difference. Think of it like this. On one hand, you've got happiness. It's awesome, but it's often tied to something outside of us, right? Those temporary highs. But on the other side, you have joy. That comes from within. It's this deep sense of well-being that, well, it doesn't just disappear when things get tough. It's like the steady glow of embers, not just the quick flash of a match.
All right, so if joy is so different from happiness, what is it exactly? Let's get really clear on a definition. We need to go a bit deeper than what you'd find on a greeting card.
And here we go. Joy is a deep and sustained state of well-being. It's that sense of contentment that's just there. It's what makes life feel full and meaningful, even on the days that aren't so great. This definition, this is going to be our home base for the rest of our chat. Okay, so now that we know what it is, here's where things get really interesting. Joy isn't just one single thing. The framework we're looking at breaks it down into a few different parts, which makes it so much easier to understand. Let's dive into that.
Yep, you see that right. 5. There are 5 different dimensions to joy. And honestly, thinking about it this way is a game changer. It helps you see where you're already strong and maybe where you could use a little boost. It takes this big, kind of vague idea and turns it into a practical roadmap.
So what are they? They are spiritual, psychological, emotional, physical, and social. I want you to picture each one of these as a pillar, and all 5 of them together are holding up your overall sense of joy. Let's quickly go through each one so you know what we're talking about.
First up is spiritual joy. Hey, this doesn't have to mean religion. It's really about feeling connected to something bigger than yourself, having a sense of purpose. It's that why that gets you out of bed in the morning.
Then we've got psychological joy. This is that awesome feeling of accomplishment when you hit a goal or when you get through a tough challenge. It's that inner confidence, knowing that you're resilient enough to handle whatever comes your way.
All right, next is emotional joy. This is probably the one that comes to mind first for most of us, right? It's that warmth you feel from love, that incredible power of feeling grateful for the little things. It's just that deep, real contentment.
And we absolutely cannot forget about physical joy. This is all about taking care of your body. It's that feeling of being strong, healthy, and full of energy. It's the simple joy of just moving your body and feeling good in your own skin.
And last but not least, we have social joy. As you can guess, this one is all about our connections with other people. It's the laughter you share with friends, feeling supported by a community, and just that incredible feeling that you belong. Okay, so we've got the 5 dimensions, we get the theory, but how do we actually get more of this in our lives? It's time to shift from the what to the how. Let's talk about some practical tools you can start using right away.
I want you to think of this slide as your personal toolkit for joy. There are some really powerful ideas here, like setting boundaries to protect your own well-being, or practicing self-compassion, being kind to yourself. You can also create little joyful rituals in your day, or just be more mindful about limiting your exposure to negativity. See? None of these are massive, scary changes. They're small things that can make a huge difference.
All of these are incredibly helpful for sure. But I want to zoom in on one specific tool that is, well, it's a real game changer for your everyday life. And that is the practice of reframing your thoughts.
The key here is that it's a simple 4-step process you can do anytime. First, you just have to notice the negative thought. Let's say it's, ugh, I always mess this up. Okay, step 2, you question it. Is it really true? Do you always mess up? Probably not. Step 3 is to find a better, more realistic thought, like, okay, I made a mistake, but that's how I learn. And finally, you just keep repeating that new thought. It's like building a muscle at the gym, but for your mind. It's mental fitness.
So, we've talked about what joy is and how to get it, but why does it matter so much? What's the real payoff for putting in this work? Well, let me tell you, the benefits are huge, and they really do ripple out into every single part of your life.
When you start to actively cultivate joy, you're going to see some amazing changes.
your overall well-being just gets a massive boost. We're talking mentally, emotionally, and physically. You'll find you're more resilient, you can bounce back from setbacks way faster. Life starts to feel more fulfilling, more meaningful, and, this is a big one, your relationships just get better. They become deeper and more real.
And that really brings us to the heart of it all with this final quote. Joy isn't just an emotion you feel now and then. It's a way of living. It's a practice, a mindset, and it has the power to completely change how you experience your life.
So, as we wrap things up, I want to leave you with a question. Think back to those 5 dimensions we talked about: spiritual, psychological, emotional, physical, and social. Which one of those, just one, do you think could use a little more of your focus right now? Whatever your answer is, that's it. That's your first step.